pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. Could be drinking.
Is that stop hammer time? You probably say that every time
Yeah.
you open up a beer with your fucking hammer.
I don't say that every time.
Like MC Hammer.
I do not. You'd think I would just buy a bottle opener by now, but no. I still use the back of a knife. I don't really use lighters anymore because I don't really have lighters. And, you know, when I quit smoking, I'm 3 years now without a cigarette. I'm jeweled up, but no cigarettes. I became so handy. It was such a tool, especially when you're a pyromaniac. You need to burn a string. It's in your pocket. You need to pop a bottle cap. Boom. It's in your pocket. You need to throw a hard object at a coworker from across the room. Boom. It's in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that shit in my pocket anymore.
Yeah, I noticed. So I was on that bachelor party that we talked about a couple weeks ago. I was smoking cigarettes because hell yeah, it's been a while. And like I really realized because I didn't have a lighter with me that how ingrained the habit is into me just pocket lighters. And I'm not like a lighter thief. I don't do it on purpose, but it just kind of automatically just boop right in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a fucking just a reaction. I don't know what it is, but I picked that. I noticed that again, having lighters of a light and smoking cigarettes on the regular for a couple days. Yeah, it was bad.
Wes, have you ever had like a vice, like a daily vice? I mean, I know you got vices. I know you like your booze, but like, you know, I smoked for 20 some years. I mean, have you had anything like that?
Not that I can really think of.
That you could talk about.
Other than this like terrible masturbating problem.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I not particularly. Drinking probably, and I will say, you know, now that I try to take a few days off a week, I'm kind of over that. It's weird. I kind of look forward to it, not because I'm looking forward to sobriety and losing weight, but then I appreciate the beer that much more when I do get to drink. Thursday, this comes around. I'm like, oh boy, get me a couple tall boys. But no, not a vice that you're talking about, like smoking. I didn't say I don't smoke cigarettes every now and then, but I've never been addicted to them. As a matter of fact, like what Alan's talking about, if I have one of those, like a weekend away with the boys and the cigarettes are flying around, the last thing I want to do is have one after that weekend's over with. I'm like, ugh.
Oh yeah, no, I don't ever want to see one again now. But it was fun while it lasted.
I mean, I will say, as long as I have this Juul, that's the thing too, is, you know, you never leave home without it. That's the one thing I'll say that smoking cigarettes did for me, because I'm a flighty motherfucker. Like, I'm on point. I'm on task when I'm on task, but I'm flighty after that. Like, I'll put my car keys down. I'm like, oh, fuck, where'd I put my car keys? When I put my cigarettes down, I could draw you a map, like a fucking, like Batman sonar. Like, I could draw you a diagram, blueprints of the house, and I could tell you where the cigarettes were. I could tell you where the lighter was. And because of cigarettes, I learned to keep up with shit. I learned not to leave stuff behind, because you never left your cigarettes behind. And you damn sure didn't leave your lighter behind. Because I need to like this fucking cigarette story I have. I was driving back from Delaware. I had that 2-hour commute, and I forgot my lighter somewhere, somehow. Couldn't find it. I got out of the car on Route 1, and down by the exhaust manifold, it's so hot you could fucking burn a piece of paper. I was like, oh yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick my cigarette up underneath the car. I'm going to get this cigarette so hot that it starts to smolder, and then I'm going to puff on it until it lights, and I'll be damned if it didn't work. And I just so proud of myself, doing my 65 miles per hour on Route 1, smoking my cigarette out the window. Fuck you, world. I win.
That's solid. I do remember my dad, like if he had a lighter that ran out or something, or because he used Zippos for a while, and like he never really just always had a Bic around. He would just walk over to the stove, you know, gas stove, just fire it up real quick, whoop, right, and then walk outside. You know, whatever it takes.
You really killed my, because I was going to get into when I said you say what like MC Hammer. What I say?
Hammer time.
Stop
I say
hammer
that every
time.
time I open my beer with my hammer.
Then you roll upstairs afterwards and you ask Marina, tell me, have you seen her? And then she's like, what are you talking about? And you're like, Hammer, don't hurt him. I'm gonna turn
I
this
don't
mother
know
out.
that one.
You don't?
Baby, have you seen her? Is that?
Yeah, yeah. He did a remix. He did a jingle to it.
Jesus Christ, that is that has to be the most obscure MC Hammer. So obscure that I didn't know it existed.
Even MC Hammer doesn't remember that.
Yeah, it's like if they did, Hallmark presents MC Hammer 30th anniversary of I don't know whatever album it was, wasn't it? I think it was a self-titled album. I think or Hammer Don't Hurt Him. I think was the first one, but yeah, even he would. They'd start like ba 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 ba. Like, wait a minute, yeah, I don't know this one. Next song, next track. Fuck this. we ain't doing this.
Oh God.
I know two songs. That I did. That's it.
It's the only one I remember.
You ought to check out. Go to YouTube. So after he had pissed away all the "you can't touch this" money, he did come out with an album, and he did a song with Deion Sanders, I think, or no, Deion did a song on his. Maybe they collaborated. Seems like a good early '90s collaboration. But there was a song he did where he was trying to be a sex symbol called, I think it's called "Pumps in Her Bump," and he is wearing a Mandingo sock with, it's got to be padded. I mean, Hammer's probably packing, but this looked like fucking Mandingo Lexington Steel shit going on, bro. This was ridiculous. FM Bradley, if you're more of an 80s porn guy.
And fat too. That's great. That's crazy. I don't want to see that, but it sounds like quite the experience.
You sure?
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna show us, I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna go. You were like, you should YouTube it. And I was like, no.
You say padded sock, but he's got a lot working for him in that department. One, he's the ethnicity with the stereotype that works in his favor.
Not true. We did that show.
All right, so
it's like Salvadorans or whatever. They're like Ecuadorans.
Keep in mind, this is like early '90s SD, so you're not gonna get crystal clear imagery here, but all right here. I mean,
this is adapted for a tube television.
Oh, I remember this.
And how do you get a hype man to be pumps in the bump, fucking banana hammock, beaching it up too? I guess money talks. Right here, look at him, the zebra print, and then he's pumping the bump right here.
Wow. I mean, and I know what you're saying, but the name is MC Hammer. Did he give that to himself, or did somebody damn, MC dropping the hammer?
He was an Oakland A's bat boy.
He was?
Yeah, when he was a child.
Interesting.
That's where he learned the craft.
We're going to need to do a modified Fun Fact Friday, and it's only fun facts that Wes knows off the top of his head. They can be all MC Hammer facts if you need them to be. I don't mind. It'll be fine.
Oh, dude, we should that should be something. I think we should fucking talk about that more.
Facts according to Wes Fox.
Yeah.
Fox Facts.
Fox Facts Friday.
Fox Facts Friday. Yeah, that's perfect.
I'm down.
Yes. All right.
I'm down.
We'll be back.
I'm down. Did you guys catch any of the Derby? The 80-1 long shot?
Yeah.
I saw the overhead drone shot of it after the fact. Oh my God, dude. Anybody who thinks that jockeys aren't doing shit but holding on and screaming into the wind, they need to watch that fucking video. That was amazing. Homeboy literally steered that horse to victory. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's it. Coming in, he was off the rail, on the rail, off the rail. Then he made one last move that was kind of like a little inverted sig, whoop, and then he zigged and zagged and pumped it. And man, 80-1. I watched a really good replay where someone did it. Someone was explaining. It was semi-narrated, so obviously it was a few days after, and they took the footage, but they were like, watch the first time they say that horse's name, with the exception of the introduction, is right as soon as he takes the lead at the very end. Wait a minute, who the fuck is this?
I was just getting ready to say, he took it out of my mouth. The announcers don't even notice this fucking thing, literally just running them down.
Yeah.
Like that, this jockey and horse just ran down what the two favorites, right?
They were there were 5 horses that were 8-1 or less, which some years that might be a favorite, but there were a lot. These 2 weren't the betting favorites, but they were in that group of horses that could have won the Derby or were being predicted to win. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're absolutely right. I think it was like literally when he called the winner was the next time he said Rich or whatever. What's its name? Something Strike.
Karate
Rich
Strike. Rich Strike.
Karate chop.
Something. Jesus.
Horse name.
Well, okay. On betting terms, just for the dullard that I am, 80-1. So if I bet $1, I win $80.
If to win,
Yeah.
you could if you're just doing a $1. I think it was the 21 horse because one of the horses scratched and he was a fill-in. The 21 $1 to win. Yeah, you would have won $80.
Running $80.
Wow. So there's just some degenerate gambler who's like
I think it
screaming at his.
And it wasn't there was something because I watched it. Somehow someone did $3 and it was 240 and a little bit of change. And I don't know how that worked out. It was like 80, 82, 81 or 80 point something to 1 technically. Right. Yeah. They were just rounding.
So there's some degenerate gambler screaming at his ex-wife right now. Like, I fucking told ya.
Yeah. God. And then, they had to, what I found funny, I was watching it, went out for my mother and Sarah's birthday, by the way. Went to this. I gotta like do a quick review of a place called Snatchers in Northeast. Good stuff.
Oh yeah,
sounds like a jiggle joint.
I was gonna say.
But Mike Tirico, who was doing not the play-by-play during the race, but this was before and after when they kicked it back, after the first commercial break, he admittedly said, yeah, we had to scramble for about 3 minutes to figure out everything we possibly could about this horse and the trainer and the jockey because we knew shit.
That's great.
And that's awesome. And honesty is the best policy. Look, guys, we're going to tell you shit that you didn't know because we didn't know either. Like we're on Wikipedia right now and someone's typing as we speak.
Yeah. and the horse isn't running in the Preakness. Do you believe that shit?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were keeping it on. They weren't racing it, but every 5 to 6 weeks. And the deal was they didn't think they were going to get into the Derby at all. So they were just going to run in the Preakness. And basically they said if they were to get in the Derby, they had no plans to run in the Preakness, which leads me to believe they didn't plan on winning. And then they were going to run in the Belmont, which is about 4 to 5 weeks after the Derby, depending upon the year. And they just said, fuck it. No, I don't know. It kind of bums me out, though.
Fuck that. What are you doing? You get one chance at this thing. You get one chance. Maybe you got a fucking a diamond in the field. Run that shit. People know now, like, this horse is good stock. Like, you're still going to get stud fees. And if you accidentally win the next race and then accidentally win, I mean, it's not likely to happen at all, but what do you mean you don't run them again? Fuck that noise.
The converse is you get the fucking doors blown off you by fucking horses that are completely out of your class. But I guess it really doesn't matter at that point, right? Because you collected a fat check.
Well, if he had, if that same exact, no, I mean, you can't say, it's tough to do this, but because the Preakness is a 16th of a mile shorter than the Derby, he wouldn't have won that race. So, but I don't think they're just doing the how often they've been racing that horse leading up to the Derby. It's been 5 to 6 weeks of breaks. I wouldn't do it. I agree with you. You got one shot at this. And if it doesn't work, euthanize that motherfucker. Fucking
damn right.
Get as much cum as you can, and boom.
Got fucking Alpine factory right down the street.
Tacos for all.
Even that little 104-pound Venezuelan man that's now, God, he was happy. Did you see him? He grabbed his baby, was like, look at this, America. I fucking love it.
I saw him on a couple interviews, and like, it's like listening to the Dominicans who like hit game-winning home runs. You know what I mean? They just have generic sayings He's like, oh wow, I really I love my family. I love the horse. Is amazing. It's unbelievable. Wow, and then that's it. To every fucking question.
Yeah,
Wow, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Like just that's it. And fucking, oh man, I saw him on like 4 different things, and it was the exact same answers, and I was just like, I can't even watch it. This makes me like embarrassed. It was very cringy for me.
But it also
Good
doesn't.
luck for him, man. He got paid.
He does have $1 million smile though. He's got like a little fucking like just like a beautiful fucking gem of a smile.
He was fucking just so excited to be on all of these shows, saying the exact same 5 lines.
Wow.
Might be all he knows though.
Yeah, I think it was.
Could be.
If Wes won, like, yeah, dos tecates.
Light.
Nice.
Middle class holes, everyone. Murr, Allen, Foxman. Yeah. I mean, and then the exact. So you have the bets, a $1 or superfecta. Murr, do you know what that is?
Superfecta.
It's if you guess.
Okay, that's where you guess all 4 top finishers in any order.
That's a box.
That's a correct order. Yeah.
That's an exacta box. That's a superfecta box.
box.
Just a regular superfecta is 1 through 4 in a row. If you had done this on a $1 bet, $324,000. I don't know. Don't know if that happened. I couldn't find. I did look around to see what were some of the biggest payouts, but there's so much off-track betting. It's tough to keep track of. But they had a record crowd this year, record gate, record everything, and it's no coincidence. I mean, they lifted all restrictions, and now COVID is rearing its ugly head. So I'm sure people just sat there and sucked down. What is it? What do they drink?
Mint juleps, right?
Blasting through mint juleps. Coughing on each other, making out after wins, Kyle's grabbing random girls in sundresses like, nah.
Yeah. all the celebs were out too.
Oh yeah.
Fucking getting all smashed in public.
Who's the guy that did the introduction? Rapper.
Oh, is it Jack Harlow?
Yeah, he's not a rapper, is he?
He's from Louisville. Yeah, he's a rapper.
Is he? Okay.
He's a rapist.
He's
Yeah, he's pretty good, man. I'm actually a big fan. You should check him out.
Okay,
I think you'd enjoy his stuff.
They have to force feed you that though. They had to get like a Kentucky native, and he's like, and it's 3 lines. It's not very much. It's like, welcome to the Kentucky Derby. And they pan away and they do the horses. I think it's maybe a little more than that.
It's a whole.
The Rock. I think The Rock has really set the bar pretty high for these motherfuckers.
yeah.
To do the introductions. That Super Bowl intro was pretty swell.
Yeah, it's L.A. I mean, that was a long time coming. People were fucking sized up. It was the Rams in L.A. in that fucking beautiful new stadium. And they did it right, man. That's a crowd. That's a crowd of people like us. Like, if you get one of, I'm not a crowd. I mean, people who are organizing the event. Because you get one of us in a group of fucking hoity-toities. Like, how about The Rock? Like, no, we're not doing an old pro wrestler. But then you get a bunch of us. Like, how about The Rock? Oh, you think The Rock would do the Super Bowl? If you pay him enough money, he'll do the fucking Super Bowl. That sounds like a great idea.
Can we get him
and
in Boston?
Yeah.
And it's LA, so you can pretty much decide any dollar amount. And they're like, I don't know how much that is, but sure.
Yeah.
I'll just call my manager and we'll set it up.
Price.
Yeah. You think it would be, maybe they don't want The Rock to startle the horses, Maybe him getting on the fucking mic and finally, and the horse kicking off my mans.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's the point. Get them all fired up.
No, that's a good point. Like, that's probably why they don't.
Yeah.
Ask The Rock, and Rock was like, can't do it. I got to fucking rile up the horses.
Back in my early days when I was with the Nation, I did one at Santa Anita, and horses started kicking each other. Can't do that anymore. No more horse racing.
It was a bloodbath. just tiny Salvadoran men. Just the carnage.
I had to get my man, Macho Man. He did it. It's like, oh yeah. So this story coming out of theguardian.com lifestyle section, young man at the time, he was 16 years old. He was on a trip with his family in Malaysia. He's an Australian guy. His father's from Malaysia, so they used to take trips back there. 2015, he's at a resort. Him and his dad decide to go get early morning buffet breakfast. That way they can get out to the pool before it starts getting busy. They can stake out some spots for him and the fam and whatnot. And then he goes on to say they had these honey-flavored shaped pellets of sugary goodness. It's some sort of Malaysian cereal. Doesn't identify what it is, but that sounds delicious just from a quick type up. Then he goes on to say...
The flow cakes.
Yeah, that is fucking flow cakes. These motherfuckers, we need to fly out there, figure this out. He used to eat his cereal without milk. He said he never got on board with the milk and cereal bandwagon because it makes everything too soggy. The soggy wouldn't have been the end of the world considering what happens next. Turns out my man punctured a lung. He didn't know that at the time. He was in excruciating pain for about 20 minutes, walked back to his hotel room, laid on the floor, said finally it was okay. His dad, weirdly enough, about 2 months later, went in for due to an ear infection. He asked the doctor if he could get an x-ray because he said he was still feeling short of breath over the next 2 months. Turns out, yeah, one of these pieces of dry cereal made his way into his lung and caused a puncture. The other thing that's weird about this is that when they flew back from Malaysia to Singapore, they said, you're lucky you didn't get at a certain altitude because you could have fucking died. Yeah, he stayed in the hospital for 5 days. He punctured the same lung a few years later playing, he was playing, damn it. It was some game. Oh,
Jenga?
Netball. Yeah, Jenga.
What is netball?
I don't know what netball is. I'll look that up. But first of all, your thoughts on my man puncturing a lung from eating a Malaysian flow cakes with no milk?
I mean, I'll go. Put fucking milk in your cereal, you fucking animal. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I think let's just start there. There's a lot of things that went wrong here. Also, I don't know how believable this is because, like, the human body has mechanisms in place to not allow stuff to go in your lungs. Now, not saying that it doesn't happen, but when it does happen, you know it, like, very quickly. I'm sure we've all taken a drink and been like, oh, that almost did not go where it was supposed to, and then almost died coughing, or like your throat was about to explode because it was like, no, can't go that way. So like this guy definitely had to have a coughing fit of like a lifetime before then reaching excruciating pain from lung puncture. Like it sounds very cavalier in this article. I'm a little suspect.
So he basically said that his in the 20 minutes from when it happened to when he was finally out of pain on the hotel room floor is that the lung had completely collapsed and then absorbed back to a regular state. And he said it was almost instantaneous. Now that's my man talking about. By the way, netball is essentially basketball without backboards.
I have seen that shit.
There's some other rules about where you can shoot from and dribbling and shit like that. But
it's the weirdest game I've ever seen.
It's pretty whack.
Yeah.
So essentially, this guy's got some pussy ass lungs because you're gonna fucking puncture a lung playing netball. You're gonna puncture a lung playing fake basketball.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
There's your boy right here.
Oh yeah, he looks like a football player.
Yeah, and look at him fucking posing with his dry ass cereal, not learning his goddamn lesson. That dumb motherfucker. He deserves to have his lung fucking punctured by a fucking Malaysian flow cake. Look, here's the thing. Cereal is created in a laboratory, especially these days. Go all the way back to Christmas Vacation. Clark Griswold's entire job was based on creating a coating so that the cereal did not get soggy in milk. We know these things. They go hand in hand. It's not like you can sell dairy on a shelf that's shelf safe for your cereal. It doesn't come in the box. It's an additive. You have to add it. It's a mixture, okay? There's certain things that you just have to do. Cereal is not meant to be eaten dry. Can it be? Sure. But it's made of a texture that is expected to have a liquid attached to it. So it's extra crispy. It's extra dehydrated. It's extra sharp. I remember eating a potato chip one time, and I didn't chew it all the way, and it went down my esophagus like sideways, and I felt that motherfucker slit my throat from fucking back, little uvula, all the way down to my gut. And I just remember, I thought I was gonna die. So I can only imagine what would happen if that same portion of chip made its way into my lung. And this guy sounds like he was eating a Hot Pocket, like Wes freshly getting one out of the microwave, just like almost breathing in as he's taking bites. So I can totally see him accidentally inhaling one of these sharp shards of sugary glass into his fucking lung. But still, I find him to be a pussy.
How do you know I do that?
Almost dying on cereal. Because I've seen you do that.
You're an animal.
Semantics. I can tell you that I've never eaten cereal out of a bowl with a spoon with no milk. I've taken probably thousands up to tens of thousands of like big bear-sized scoops out of out of cereal boxes and like without any incident. Maybe like a cut here and there. Something, a punctured lung. Fuck me, man. God, what did this thing get pushed in through a vacuum, through a fucking dry vac or something?
Well, it's a foreign cereal from a foreign land where, you know, they've got foreign regulations and rules and such. I'm willing to bet. Yeah, I'm saying like Captain Crunch, man, if you don't fucking wait a solid 3 to 5 minutes with Captain Crunch soaking in milk, then you might as well just take a razor blade and just chew it up inside your mouth, because that's the same effect that you're going to come away with.
So it's funny that you say that, because when I saw this article, when you sent whoever sent it out, I was like, oh my God, it's Captain Crunch. So Captain Crunch got somebody finally. No, it wasn't, but you're absolutely right. And this just goes back to the whole milk thing. Like, I think Burr agreed with me here. Fucking, what's wrong with you? Just put milk on your cereal. Like, I have also taken handfuls of dry cereal. It's okay. I mean, you should chew your food, first of all. But milk would have fucking solved this whole problem. You look like a psychopath eating fucking dry cereal with a spoon out of a fucking bowl. It's just crazy talk.
Yeah. And if you don't put milk in cereal, then you just don't like cereal, okay? That's like asking somebody like, man, why do you keep buying new tires for your car? Well, I don't believe in putting air in them, you know? It's just part of the fucking, you know, big air just wants you to fucking fill your tires up with it. Fuck that. That ain't my thing.
Big milk.
Like, fuck
big
you.
Dairy.
Big dairy. Big dairy, man. It's not a conspiracy.
So, by the way, to the Malaysian Royal Navy, it's Kepten, Kepten, and Crunch is Rengup. So it's Captain Rengup if as a translation. Don't know if that was a cereal. The only time I did a beer bong once where I simply didn't like gulp. I did one fewer gulps than I normally do, and it must have expanded far beyond my. Is it the esophagus at that point? Wherever that shit's going down, that expanded more than it ever had before, and it took it took about 2 minutes for me to kind of like.
That hurts so bad. Yeah. It's one of those things.
That's a far cry from a punctured lung. I mean, while you guys call him a pussy, my heart bleeds a little bit. I'm sure my 2 minutes at the back of a fucking fraternity house where I'm like, all right, I feel better. Time for some more Coors Light. This guy was on his hotel room floor.
Whoa. Don't oversell us. It was Keystone Light. There was never a Coors Light keg. That was way too fucking pricey.
Sorry. Keystone or Busch Light? You're right.
Or Busch Light.
I just can't believe, like, the amount of beer bongs I'm sure the three of us collectively did. Like, what a fucking, 1, waste of beer, and 2, fucking waste of brain cells.
Yeah.
Just to inhale, like, literally inhale a beer, like, back to back for no reason. You could have sat around. You could have drank that. You would have gotten the same effect over a 10-minute period. But no, we got to do it in less than 10 seconds.
We were there was a contingent of us that were shotgunners over beer bongers, and yeah, I was in that one. I mean, I'd do a beer bong too. I don't give a fuck, but yeah, give me a shotgun. Give me a shot. I judge people's shotguns very harshly.
There's definitely like, when did you discover shotgunning and/or beer bonging?
When well, I discovered it like I don't know, probably freshman sophomore year at high school,
Okay.
or something like that. Oh well, that's actually probably untrue. I've probably seen like my brothers. Nah, nah. I would say probably high school is when I like when I first tried it.
Yeah.
Then, I think like probably when I pledged, I just fell into whenever we were allowed to drink.
Yeah. Never casually.
Yeah, we would fall. Everybody kind of fell into the groups of like beer pongers or fucking just casual walk around drinkers.
Right.
And then like those casual walk around drinkers would sometimes walk out back or out front and fucking smash a fucking can real quick and then come back inside.
The reason I ask is because once I started to build a little bit of a tolerance around my senior year of high school, and I saw some, and I being the jock that I was like, yeah, I could do that, and it was like, glub, glub, glub. Holy shit! All right, this is perfect. I can drink about 3 or 4 beers, and if I really want to kick it up a notch, I can go fucking beer pong. Yeah. And I get what you're saying, Murr. It took a few years to be like, all right, that shit sucks. Just drink faster. But it's zeitgeist, man. Essence of the time.
Yeah. It only lasted like 2 years before I was then like, God, do we have to shotgun? I'm so full. I'm going to be so full. I'm going to be even fuller. Like, yeah, it was the worst. Now, I would do it for nostalgia's sake, but man.
I think I was so excited to do a beer bong because like they were rare in my day because like they really came about like around your generation. Like that's when they were just like there was a beer bong at every party. There was like one beer bong that got passed around like when I was in high school, and I never got to do it. And then I got to senior week and it was like, hey man, I got the beer bong. I was like, dude, fill me one. I've never done one. And then I did like 3 in a row, like back to back to back, and then just like. I mean, I didn't puke, but it was just there was so much foam built up inside my body that it was just like I was like a washing machine that had too much soap in it. It was just like,
oh, yeah, we know that very well from our keg races. I think we've mentioned to you.
Yeah,
it's basically all it is. It's just 20 men standing around a keg, regurgitating foam that they just quickly put into their bodies as fast as humanly possible.
It's but Murr, let's not forget the night that you barfed on Stone Cold Steve Austin. A beer bong was in play.
That was okay. That was a beer and 3 shots of vodka too. So let's not.
Oh, God, what kind of vodka do you remember?
It doesn't matter, does it?
No, it doesn't. You're right. That's true. That's a good point.
Some Americanized bullshit German last name, Rikoloff or Weinstein.
Yeah,
although that's a Soviet. But.
Definitely a plastic bottle.
Yeah. It's funny. I said some sort of German thing. I did a Russian and a Jewish.
Yeah, I know there was a Popov. There's a period of time like between like 16 and 18 where just plastic bottle vodka was the move. You get that and just bunches of fucking orange juice and cranberry juice and go to town.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yummy. Well, enough about punctured lungs off of Malaysian flow cakes. Let's get into friend or foe.
That's right. It's time to read a news story to you. See if you agree or disagree. Friend or foe. And the headline reads like this. Guest urinates off boat into ride water at Pirates of the Caribbean in Disneyland. Guest urinated off the boat into the ride water at Pirates of the Caribbean, according to TikTok user Xtina Bell. Christina was stuck during an unexpected downtime during the classic attraction. There is video on TikTok if you would like to witness it. Actually, it's really just the aftermath of it. The guests were stuck for a while, and the fire department arrived to help. However, at one point during the downtime, while the lights were on, one guest lowered their pants and urinated into the water. And of course, the incident had to be posted on social media because if it wasn't, it didn't happen. So friend or foe, there's a slowdown. You're in a locked position. Is it okay to relieve yourself? Friend or foe? Let's start with Alan.
No, I'm friend. If you gotta go, you gotta go. You know, like if it's a poop, I think you gotta try your best. You know what I mean? You really gotta give it the old college try. Like, don't fucking just let up and shit yourself. It's just ignorant. You know what I mean? Keep it together. But if you gotta pee, just like pick a pee corner, right?
Well, this
But
isn't.
it's the Pirates of the Caribbean, so you are stuck on a boat.
Yeah, it's fine. Just pick a P corner. The pirates probably did it. That's all I'm saying. Or right off the side. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
All
I'm.
right.
I think I'm with it. If you're stuck there and it's an emergency and you just gotta go for it.
Wes.
I mean, I'm okay. It's Disneyland. It's mostly kids. I'm faux because you can't be pulling your dick out peeing. And then what was the thing of it was during the dark period of the ride, meaning lights were off and you couldn't really see much, and then the lights magically came on.
Wow, you just like Fun Fact Friday, you completely ignore the entirety of the story. So I don't know what happened, but the ride was stopped. So there was a slowdown and it was done. It was stopped for like half an hour, and everybody's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then the lights came on.
Yeah.
And then people are like, what's going on? We can't go anywhere. And so somebody's like, all right, I gotta take a piss. And then they pissed in the water.
Okay, never mind. The way I interpreted that was he had already started pissing, and then the lights came on, and people who couldn't see him came. You know, I mean, it's
perfectly fine.
It's Disney World, Disneyland, wherever. It's a child centric theme park, and not to say that that's cool at an adult centric theme park. Like, hey man, got to piss. Here's my dick. No one wants to see that stuff, but I assume I'll give the man the benefit of the doubt. Probably had a few drinks. Probably waited an hour to get on the ride. Ride slows down a half hour. He's like, oh fuck it, can't hold it. The thing of it is, no pissing and moaning about the consequences. If you are going to get face, whatever fucking charges you're going to face now, no pissing and moaning. No, well, maybe some moaning. No pissing about what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, but whenever a penis is involved, you're automatically like a sex offender. That's the one problem that I have with this. Now, under normal circumstances,
hold on. This wasn't someone walking from a bar to their house and happened to piss next to a slide at a fucking elementary school playground at 3 a.m. when some fucking sheriff sting operation was trying to stop local bar pissers. Okay, this was on a fucking Disney ride. All right.
Yeah, and like you said, a kid-centric Disney ride. I always feel like this is worse than your scenario. You're painting for everyone. Like one, the person is like seeking out the playground to go take the leak. This one, they're in the playground. The kids are playing. But I'm still on the side of the pisser. Because, like you said, you wait in line this entire time. You're not going to get out of line to go take a leak, even if you weren't drinking. And you're just like, oh, all right. Yeah, I think we can take it through this. I think I can make it through the ride. We can make it through what's going on? Is the ride supposed to stop? Why are the lights on? I don't know. I think your only two options are taking the leak or literally just pissing in your pants so you don't get in trouble for it. But then,
which is just
you're sitting around and you're in piss all day. Yeah. Now you're in piss in the sweltering. This is in California. So in the sweltering California sun, you've got fucking just yellow stained fucking board shorts that you're going to have to walk around the park in the entirety of the rest of the day. I think proper protocol is, especially in a slowdown situation, is to alert the crowd and say, hey, everybody, listen, we're stuck here. We're in a holding pattern. I have to pee. So if you're worried about precious little Jimmy or Jilly's eyes, avert them, cover them. I'm going into the water right now. Understood? Got it. And then if unattentive Xtina decides to pull out her camera and get a shot of your dick, I feel like that's on her. I feel like now she's the offender because you've warned the world.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. That me and Murr agree again, which is fucking getting kind of weird.
So this guy's only issue is that he didn't announce it to the other ride goers. Like, hey, look, we're stuck. I'm not gonna piss my pants. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's the only qualm that I would have with it is that you just turn around and be like, listen, folks, I gotta pee, so I'm gonna go pee.
Right.
Just throwing it out there, guys. Do whatever you want, I guess.
Literally, I'm throwing it out there.
Film it if you want to, I guess, and put it on TikTok. That seems weird, but I gotta go piss.
Okay, how about this? So this is again assuming where they were in this, and I looked it up. It's a 15-minute ride. Assuming We don't know where they were, stage 1, stage 2, 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in, 10 minutes in, whatever. You're in some sort of, why do I always fuck these up? Capsule or some sort of cart, some sort of like tracked.
It's a boat.
Is it a boat?
It's the
okay. Why not piss on the
pirate?
floor?
Hold on.
What?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Gotcha. Okay. Why not piss on the floor of the boat?
Because I'm guessing that you're actually sort of in a way being considerate of everybody else coming after you. Maybe he thought he could get away with it. And then, maybe he was doing, out the flap like you guys pee. And it was like, oh, I'm going stealth mode. Which, by the way, I've actually been utilizing some recently because lack of bathroom areas. So, yeah, I've been going stealth mode. And I got to say, if you got a stealth piss, that's definitely the way to go. I'm still very concerned about the putback. Getting it back getting it away, it ruins the underwear for the day, too, by the way. Just saying. But if he should have gone...
You got to get better underpants, bro. Well, that's a different topic for a different day.
Yeah.
But if he had gone stealth mode, I almost don't know if anybody really would have noticed besides, the sound of the tinkle and hitting the water.
Well, and I was going to say, like, at first, I had only heard a portion of it. When I first said, yeah, just go, pick a pee corner. They're on a boat and he's pissing in the water. There is clearly nothing wrong with this. This is like, okay, anybody ever been on the Jaws ride back in the day down in fucking Disney?
No, but what I was going to say, if you're on anything Disney, there's sound effects and stuff taking place. This isn't like Silence of the Caribbean.
Yeah, so if you were just like, so there's, if I remember correctly in the Jaws one, like there's a period of time where like you enter into like an enclosed like dock, you know what I mean? And fucking homeboy like comes up next to you and shit and scares the shit out of you. But imagine, so, let's hypothetically you get stuck in the fucking barn in the interior dock, and you're just stuck in this dark room where a robot shark is underneath you, but it's not coming up because the ride's stuck, and you gotta piss. I'm pissing in the water. It's perfectly fine. It's just ride water. It doesn't even get on you. Like, I think it's perfectly fine. Like I said, announcement for courtesy around children, sure, but fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, and if you piss in the boat, either you have to do one. He's not pissing the boat, I'm assuming, because he's being courteous to future riders. So they don't have to get into a piss-filled boat. And then two, if he's really courteous and he does piss in the boat, he's then got to tell a ride attendant, like, "Hey, listen, I had to take a leak on the boat." And they got to shut the ride down for an inordinate amount of time to get rid of bodily fluids that are on the ride. So, yeah, you just go over the side. We got to get over a lot of this shit in America. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe hardcore porn has, like, even ruined the ability to, like, appreciate the human body for just what it is. Because we're already super prudes in America, yet we watch the most hardcore porn. Can we find a middle ground where a penis isn't always a sexually deprived, like, disgusting thing?
You got
just a pee hole.
You have to set the bar somewhere, though. I mean, there are bathrooms and restrooms all over Disney. Then when you say, like, "Oh yeah, sure, your bladder was full, cool, man, don't worry about it." Then everyone's like, "Well, hey, he peed there. I want to pee there." And then kids start chiming in. Then, God forbid, females want to start pissing. Whew. Just kidding, by the way.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a crazy hypothetical. Like, there are rules to society. This is just a fucking anomaly. We're stuck. Not like, yes, I just fucking pee off the Jaws ride now. This is my thing. Like, no, fucking, yeah, shit happens. You know what I mean? And in this case, it was just pee. It could have been poo. Think about it that way.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I was going to say is that I'm assuming this guy was a grown man, and if I get to a point where I'm saying, like, I almost feel like I'm going to piss myself, and I make it to a bathroom, I mean, that's a solid minute plus. So this wasn't some sort of conspicuous, like, all right, I'm just gotta drink this. This is like, oh man, whoo wee.
Yeah.
I hope those fucking Pirates of the Caribbean sound effects are drowning out my snake hosing itself.
Get your money's worth. TikToks are only 15 seconds. This is going to take much longer.
That's you know, the other thing too is that let's not kid ourselves. We've talked about this before. They sell beer at these parks. All right, they allow parents the opportunity to be like, okay, yeah, I can only handle so much fucking Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Daffy all fucking day. I got to get a little bit of beer or a little bit of liquor in me to be able to function. All right, and you're drinking throughout the day. You're on a packed day. These lines aren't short. You know, you're waiting at times an hour. Now that's not the norm, but it could be. And you know, you can't say, "Hey, hold my spot in line. I gotta go take a piss." So you do. Let's split the difference. We'll say half an hour, and you're stuck for another half an hour when you got 3 Tecate lights in you, pounders. Whew, could be a rough time.
Yeah, I just say, if there's a shutdown, it's Lord of the Flies. All your standard rules are out the window. Like, ooh. You know, honestly, if they came in and were like, "Sir, we're gonna have to remove you from the ride," like, thank fucking God, I'm about to shit myself too. Let's go. That water's only like ankle deep too, by the way. He could have moseyed on out of there, out of that piss filled water.
Dude, he could have jumped into the fake ass pirate ship where Sparrow was like, you know, the fake Jack Sparrow was like, animatronics, right? The same technology that Chuck E. Cheese is popping around, just hid behind him.
So are we all friend on this? You gotta go.
No.
Yeah.
Foe. You can't pull your dick out of Disney World.
This guy. All right. Well, that, my friends, is friend or foe.
Yeah. All right. It's time for Fox Facts Friday. Here we go. MC Hammer edition. All right. Did you know?
Yes.
Fuck it. Murr, take it away.
Let's get to it, my friends. 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday. Brought to you, of course, by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. If you have a little pain below your knee and above your ankle and you need some like-minded morons like yourself, head on over to the Shin Splints Recovery Group. You can find them on Facebook. OMG facts. Let's get to it. Starting with this, did you know George Washington grew hemp in his garden?
Did.
What was hemp used? What was the main use for then?
You can use
everything, pretty much.
You can make paper. You can make rope.
Oh, there's rope. Rope was the big thing, right?
All types of shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Very fibrous and very efficient, fast growing. It's a weed, for God's sake. Very durable. Here is the fun fact about why hemp was made illegal. Was it Hearst? Who was the big publisher? William Randolph Hearst?
Yes.
Was that the man?
Yes.
Yeah.
So not only was he the largest owner of newspapers in the country, he was also the largest owner of timberland in the United States because he needed all the wood to make paper to print his newspapers. And so he went on a campaign to make weed and hemp illegal so that he didn't have a cash crop butting up against his already burgeoning cash crop. So that is one of the main reasons why marijuana is continuously illegal in the U.S. And I thought we learned over these last 2 years that we should trust the science. Well, where's the science on marijuana?
I think it's tied up in Roe v. Wade as well.
Oh, stop.
Sorry.
It's too soon.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't know. And God bless old George Washington. Fake teeth, wooden teeth, died of syphilis, I think.
No, he didn't. He died of like a severe cold and bloodletting.
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't one of those early presidents have syphilis?
I'm sure there's a chance.
A lot of them, yeah, I think most of them probably did.
That's
syphilis.
That was Reagan.
Syphilis is pretty rough.
Dementia, borderline. But yeah, fair enough. Reagan. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Did you know banging your head against a wall burns 150 calories an hour? I'd love to see the research student fucking lost like 50 IQ points figuring that shit out.
Here, do a couple beer bongs while you're at it.
Or did they follow your guys' methodology where it's like, well, we just need you to bang your head against the wall for 15 minutes. We'll average it out.
Yeah, I think that's probably what, or it probably was just like, I don't know, what, like once or twice, and they just measured that shit, and they were like, yeah, we're good. We're just going to go ahead and multiply that out. That's definitely happened.
No, I'm just always fascinated by like nonsense studies. You know, is this an exercise routine? Is this something that somebody was trying to work out for a nice YouTube video? Are you tired of banging your head against the wall? Well, you should be, because it's 150 calories an hour. Keep it up.
The fucking
6-minute headbang. Yeah.
The fucking nutrition department at the university had to kill a little bit of budget to make sure they kept the same budget for next year. And so they were like, this is it. This is the study, guys. Let's do it. We got to fucking kill a couple grand. Go order some football helmets. Fucking find us different wall materials and let's get the fucking headbutting walls. Good to go.
When you're done, you won't care how you look.
and then we all get new chairs.
That was a shitty round of facts so far. So let's see if we can make up for it here. The latter half.
Don't worry about it, man.
Did you know 67% of dog owners buy holiday gifts for their pets?
That makes me angry.
Yeah, I thought that would be kind of. That sounds kind of low.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was wondering who the 33% of America's just assholes. Dogs deserve gifts. My dog looks forward to Christmas because she knows there's going to be presents under that tree. And she's good. She won't rip into them until we tell her it's okay. And oh my God, I probably have more videos of my dog opening Christmas presents than I do of my kid.
Yeah, it's weird. Maybe I have grew up in households and have been around people who are pet owners who not necessarily like, my pet's my world, but you know, they are a member of the family and they remember, you know, either their birth or adoption day or when they obtain that pet, and then a holiday. Yeah, man. Great. So then the marketing for it's great. You know, you're putzing down the aisles here like this, then you see a fucking giant rawhide with a bow around it. Damn. Skeeter would love that.
Toxic coloring.
Those are bad for your dogs.
Oh,
yes,
yeah?
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because they use like some toxic coloring to like make them like red and green.
Yeah. Yeah. All of that shit's good. And they can choke on them and shit because they don't like actually tear. But either way,
I gotta go out and get some rawhides.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have gave you the idea. But no. So, I mean, I will tell you my experience with this. And like growing up, we had dogs and our dogs had like toys and stuff, but we did not get the dog presents. And then I started living with a white woman and we got a dog and it's different. It's very different.
Okay, hold on. So it's 67%. So if you factor in Asians, Latinos, and African Americans, are you saying that 67% is white people shit?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Because I know a lot of other brown peoples and yellow peoples, and they don't treat their dogs like y'all. Like they're legitimate people to you, and they're not. They're our pets, and so it's shit's wild. But it gets into like I got into it. Like fucking Waffles has whatever the name of the Guardians of the Galaxy ship was with like Groot and like a little raccoon guy that cut like literally that's a toy that he has because I saw it on this website and I was like, that's fucking sweet. He needs that. You know what I mean? So I get it. It's addictive. But that's why people stuff.
You hit the purchase button. You're like, damn it, Kelly. Why am I buying this shit?
Yeah. Yes. Basically. I was like, this is ridiculous, but it's fucking awesome. Yeah. So we got to get it.
No, I love watching the dog. That's when she gets all her new toys for the year. We get her like 3 squeaky toys. We get her like a couple bones, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see this mindless. Like the dog's got come on, it's only got a couple emotions: happy, sad, and then fucking batshit crazy. That's the emotional state of a dog. And you get to that batshit crazy mixed with happy. That's entertainment for me. So everybody wins. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I'll give it to him. He doesn't get no more toys though. Even my wife was like, nah. He's old now, so he doesn't like tear them all up and like. So now they're space. But You know, it happens.
Yeah, 67% white people shit. Remember that.
White people shit.
It's Bruno Mars and
right.
Toys for Your Pets.
Bruno Mars and well, like Christmas gifts. When you wrapping them and shit, yeah, that's white people stuff.
It's edible, so the dog can eat it.
Like Kelly will wrap shit, and I'm like, dude, here, dog, take this thing for you.
In case you didn't know what it was.
Go away. You don't know what it is because you're a dog.
I'm telling you, man, wrap up the dog's squeaky toy this Christmas, okay? And watch Waffles go batshit over this thing. You'll see those little front paws doing that quick scratch. It's fun, man.
I think what I might
Good time
do,
all around.
I might get a small, like hand size, like bow, something that's like a human man's hand size is edible, okay? But wrap it up. But before I wrap it up, I'm gonna like cake it and then put it in the freezer in like ghost pepper spicy mustard, and then wrap it up in thing, and then be like, here you go, ooh, boy, yummy.
What an asshole.
This further confirms that you're the problem and not the dog, Wes.
Yeah. If you've never seen them interact,
Mur has.
it's definitely Wes.
Yeah. Definitely. Not, let's see. There's the eye roll. Okay. All right. Just knowing's half the battle, Wes.
Like, look, I'll be honest with you, because when am I not? That dog kind of sucks. Sorry, Sarah, but you're the problem.
I mean, you see me with your dog, Alan.
Yeah.
We have a good time.
You're the problem with him too sometimes. Like, he was injured the last time you came over, and
and Kelly warned me not to do anything to get him excited, and I didn't.
Yeah, and literally everybody else did too. We're like, Wes, no, don't fucking do it, because you and him are like, because
I like him.
Mayhem.
He's a good dog.
He is a good guy, you know. But we gotta also train the human. That's how it works sometimes.
Fucking Caesar Milan over here. Next fucking fact. Come on.
Did you know McDonald's milkshakes contain seaweed in the form of an extract called carrageenan? Yeah,
that's not surprising.
There's
seaweed.
It's not surprising.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they just get ingredients that they can put into stuff that they call milkshakes or whatever. Like, I think it's the same with burgers, their buns. There's probably fucking all types of shit in those things, because they're just harvesting whatever edible ingredients they can get from the planet and turning it into fast food.
I agree. I think they find like, I'm sure it's a binder of some kind. So I'm sure, like, okay, edible binders that are just everywhere, that is, like, prolific. You can't like find a foreign country that'll sell us this shit for half a nickel, you know, and for 1 billion units. Go. And then they're like, oh, well, you can eat this shit. What is it? Seaweed. Can you grind it up and extract its juices? Yes, we can. Put it in everything.
So McDonald's has been they've been cheaping out on us with the healthy milkshake with seaweed. I feel a bit undercut. I didn't know that there. That's wild.
I haven't had a McDonald's milkshake in years, maybe decades.
I got the boy one about a year ago. I was like, I just remember being like, hey, buddy, have you ever had a milkshake? I couldn't remember if I'd ever given him a milkshake. And he's like, I don't think so. I was like, we're going to McDonald's right now.
Whether he had or not, the answer was no. Nope.
Yeah.
Never had.
Nah. Well, we got a chocolate milkshake, and we sat on the curb, and I remember just sucking down my first probably McDonald's milkshake in probably 20 years. And I was just like, oh, that's good. That's fucking delicious. Huh. Oh, it was good. I'm telling you, man, I don't give a shit what's in it. The taste was in it, and that's all I cared about. It was good.
Now you got to take and get a Frosty or something.
Yeah.
That's different.
Or a Blizzard.
Yeah.
Or something from Sonic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there any Sonics up there?
There's a Sonic right by my house.
No, I know there's a Sonic in Towson. I'm talking about Cecil County.
There's a Sonic, there's one in Elkton, but I've never I've only gotten Sonic one time, and it was with the commercials with the two guys, and they were pimping hot dogs.
Michael Ian Black and the other guy, yeah. And then
I was like, I want one of these hot dogs. I don't care. And I went and I got them, and I was like, yeah, okay, that was very underwhelming. The commercials are better than the
their
food.
food is fucking terrible.
Yeah,
but their ice cream treats and their frozen drinks are delightful.
that's their lane.
Yeah.
That's their lane for good stuff. I remember when I worked at Anne Arundel, when I was working at Anne Arundel Medical Center, I was doing photography for new doctors. They bought out a small practice over in Easton, and the marketing guy, the guy who spearheaded that, said, "Hey, we need to go over there. We need to set up a backdrop and take pictures of all these new doctors. Like 7 of them. We'll get lab coats. We'll get the whole left, right, tilt up, tilt your head too far. Olin Mills, smile. All right, here we go." And then he's like, "Of course, yeah, we're not going to go back right away. We're going to stop at this Sonic in Easton." It's like, oh shit. Come to think of it, I've never been to a Sonic. He's like, "Oh, you're in for a treat." And dude, we gorged ourselves and slept in his car for an hour. He even rolled down his window and put a foot out. I was like, I got to get comfy after some Sonic. I was like, we got to go back to work, right? It's like, yeah, we're in Easton. They don't know where we are. Fuck them. Oh.
Nice.
It was great.
And I just remember I got the tater tots as the side, and they bled through the cardboard container they were in.
So
I was gonna say the I will get a hankering for a chili cheese tot from the Sonic every now and then, and it's pretty good. But if they fuck up the tots, then it's just gross. Yeah. The food's not good. That's all I'm saying. Just go get other stuff from Sonic if you're going to a Sonic.
It's too much seaweed. Right. Too much seaweed in the food in Sonic.
Maybe
Let's give me this then. One Sonic ice cream treat recommendation. Do we have one?
Oh, so I mean, they just have Blizzard style shit. But I mean, I always get a Snickers one, so I forget what they're called. You have to just look it up.
I like the same thing that Alan's talking about with the Heath.
Oh yeah, I think they just have to that end. Blizzards are good, but Sonic has a superior candy selection to put into your Blizzard, if that makes sense.
I like Heath, man, but you gotta be careful. You could puncture a lung on that shit.
Fucking rip out a tooth real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, did you know the first archaeological evidence of soup comes from 6000 BCE, and its primary ingredient was hippopotamus?
I know you probably stashed this one away because about archaeologists just making up history, fictional history. Have you thought about how they bullshitted their way through this one? Hippo soup.
You see, Ötzi the Iceman had a hanker for a good hippo gumbo. Yeah. But he had to trek across several crevasses. But then Adi the Iceman, he was pissed. He's like, I'm going to go get me that hippo. And so he saw Ötzi eyeballing that hippo and was like, fuck that motherfucker. And he put an arrow in his back, and history's told.
Nice. I was wondering where that was going. I enjoyed that. But as a soup aficionado, that sounds delightful. And I'm glad that they were enjoying soup back then. I would enjoy a nice hippopotamus stew if this was offered to me.
Yeah, but I'm assuming a lot of the hippo was used. You got a fucking gigantic animal. You gotta make do. Make some blankies, make some swords, some spears to kill other people, like Uzi's grandson.
That's true, man. Like a hippo, just the teeth alone, you get more arrows to kill more hippos. But who was the asshole that finally just cracked one of those fuckers open? Let's boil this shit. Cracked open a hippo bone and get the marrow out and fucking throw it in some boiling water. God bless the men and women who got us here, so we don't have to do that.
Well,
shit.
I'm saying, it's 10 generations of people dying trying new shit and passing it along. Hey, X, Y, and Z will kill you. We're gonna try this. I'll be the first. Okay, X, Y, Z, and 1 will kill you. All right, I'm gonna tell my son that. Before you know it, they got the recipe for hippo soup.
I have to believe that should happen with everything imaginable. You know what I mean? Anything you could possibly conceive of. Look at that mushroom over there. I know that these mushrooms I had the other day were delicious, and this looked just like it. Dead. fucking dead. Like, so this happened to who's the first guy that was like, you know what, oysters, fucking crack one of these bad boys open, fucking suck one of these down, like lots of things. So gross.
Or finally someone was like, I found out that if you make water really hot and it starts bubbling and all this questionable stuff that we're not sure about, if you put it in that, let it just fucking roll around for 2 or 3 minutes, while it makes it inedible, makes it edible.
While it still will taste like dirt, fucking it won't kill you.
Right.
Yeah, like it's funny you say that because I was watching. Have we talked about Yellowstone or 1883 on this yet? Does either of you guys watch these?
You've brought it up, but no, we don't. Wes and I don't watch it.
Yeah, so you should. But in 1883, they're like German immigrants on the fucking Oregon Trail. They don't know that they'll get fucking dysentery and shit their fucking faces off. And so they all start getting sick, and the American cowboys are like, look at these idiot Germans. They don't know. Hey, idiots, boil your water. And then they learn. But you see a couple of them learn real hard.
I like to think of some like Charlie Sheen and Lou Diamond Phillip motherfuckers just like, hey, boil your water. And gone.
It's Sam Elliott, actually. So, take that for what it's worth.
I was using like a Young Guns reference. Yeah, I'm still kind of stuck on hippo soup though. How'd the archaeologist, did you get some skin? Was the skin good and salty? The tail?
They probably found some fucking clay pot and it had like a little bit of hippo DNA in there. They're like, ooh, I know what this means. And they wrote a fucking 3 fucking book fucking saga about hippo soup and how ingenuitive these assholes were. No, they just found a giant fucking animal and they made everything they could out of it. End of story.
I do want to see, because I have the Google at my fingertips, hippo soup. Of course, it gives you some bullshit where you can make bread look like hippopotamuses with raisins for fucking nose and eyes. Hold on. God, hippopotamus soup.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that considering you're not allowed to eat them anymore, you're not going to find a lot of solid recipes on the Food Network's website. Bobby plays
try to get a like a Reddit recipe. Okay, hold on. Hippopotamus soup, 6000 BC. Here we go. The earliest archaeological evidence of consumption of soup dates back to 6000 BC. Is this coming from the calendar? The Campbell Company was the first to invent condensed soup. Sorry.
That was like Campbell's made fucking condensed hippo soup.
This is pre-FDA, I think. This is before the FDA had some loose fitting laws here.
Man, 1800s Campbell's is wild. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. They all say, hold on, 1898, hippo and mushroom came out. No, I can't.
cream of hippo and mushroom. Oh, Jesus.
I wouldn't eat that.
It made the finest green bean casserole you could even fucking, you can't even fathom it.
Hey, boil your soup.
Ugh. Yeah,
and that, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
This here is Before You Go, as well as a follow-up from last week's news story. We did a story in which Malcolm McDonald's penis miraculously fell off after a rare blood disorder. Got a phallus that was surgically put on his arm, and then 6 years later, did it get removed and put in his penis place?
His penis place, yes, it was his penis place. He no, and I found another article where they showed the scar of the penis removal on the arm. So yeah, he got a nice he looked like he got a nice little attachment.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Added to himself.
Okay. So
wait, hold on, pause. So are you judging what was attached to him by what you saw on the scar? Was it like a girthy scar, or was it like where did you come up with that, Mer?
I came up, well, they showed the scar, like how much, based on how much tissue was missing from his forearm.
Okay.
I kind of like got an image, sadly, ahead of like what, it had to be bigger than the scar, right? Scars close up.
Yeah, I guess so. Wait, so that's just what I'm asking. I'm asking the details of the scar. Sorry, I've completely sidetracked us here, but I'm just you made a claim, and I'm just interested in the details because so. Explain to what did the scar look like? Was it like a big long scar, or was it like
it was kind of like it had a big.
I feel like this is like why.
No.
Okay.
I
think Wes is going to show it here.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Like as far as like the root of
that was the base. If that's the base, I get what you're saying.
And
these were
based
the balls
on the
up here.
amount. Based on the amount of tissue missing from the arm, I was like in my mind, like recreating a penis in my head.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, now if I took all of this tissue and shaped it into a cylindrical object, he made out all right. That's just based on that visual right there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So Kate Beckinsale, model actress, went to Instagram last Thursday sharing his story. I don't remember it doesn't say what she said. Basically, she shared that said, hey, look, check this out. This is amazing. Can't believe it. So my man, McDonald, with a new pecker, says, quote, I'm ready for dating again, so why not her? I'll even treat her to a pint down at my local boozer. So he got enough balls, not surgically, but internally, to ask a woman out as famous and as popular and as beautiful as a supermodel as Kate Beckinsale, who just simply shared his story on Instagram. He's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Yeah. I mean, I admire it, but it's a long shot.
Hey, maybe it's an even longer shot than before. You know?
It's true.
Look, this guy's been marinating. This guy's been boiling some hippo soup inside his testes for the last 6 years, just waiting to get it out. So this guy's not just confident, he's horny, and he's got a new dick. And he knows that one of the hottest actresses on the planet at least is aware of him. And now he's almost called her out. Even if it's just charity, he don't care. What does he care? Like, she's almost an asshole for not going out on the date with him now. And what's he offering? He's just saying, hey, let's go down to a smoky pub, get a beer. You know you want to see it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, let's just see how this goes.
I know a good joint in Indiana, just across the river in Louisville. Beautiful spot. I looked that place up, by the way. Weird.
It is, isn't it?
I did a Google Maps on that. It's just like this. Do you guys remember Rounders that much with Matt Damon?
Yeah.
So when he goes to John Turturro, the character Kanish, and asks him for money, he's like, I need $15,000. He's like, I need a blowjob from Christy Turlington. This is kind of what that reminds me of. Like, she shares the story, says it's amazing. Look at that. Modern science, medical science, new pecker and all. And he's like, hey, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me shoot my shot.
Can't blame him.
Can't blame him. Yeah, I mean, if Scarlett Johansson shares one of our clips and was like, "Oh my God, these guys are so funny," like, hey, we're going out.
Yeah, we all three are dating Scarlett Johansson.
It's a package deal. All three of us or none of us.
I would hit up fucking that guy from TMZ. What's his name? The neurotic guy. Be like, yeah, we're dating Scarlett Johansson now. Just in case you didn't know. Check it out. Check us out on Twitter.
Well, I just do feel like this guy's got a unique situation going on. I mean, it's both sexual in nature and like you feel for the guy. And, you know, obviously, I mean, he can pull off the bullshit like, I've been too depressed to ask a woman out. And now Kate Beckinsale knows who I am. And I got a new penis. So there's all these things that are kind of wrapped into one. And yeah, you're right. You got to shoot your shot, man. Because it's, I mean, in a way, he's almost bullying her into submission.
Yeah,
but I feel like she's got to at least respond.
There is there is definitely a PR kind of like chess match in this. I also like the writing here on Barstool Sports. That's where this came of. It says, "Listen, she's one of the most attractive people in the world. My guy with a designer penis is not good looking enough. I'll say it. We're all thinking it. If he was good looking, sure, take a shot. You never know. Maybe there's even a shitty Owen Wilson J-Lo movie made about it."
I mean, is he moderately rich though? Like I know she's rich, so it kind of almost negates it. But if he's got a little money,
Is
not necessarily
forearm Pecker Man, Norm McDonald, did I say Malcolm McDonald? Sorry.
Norm McDonald, fucking. Did you say Malcolm McDonald?
Malcolm McDonald rich? No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was just asking a question, man.
Well, I mean, wait a minute though. Okay, so is this penis thing charity then? Because I would assume that growing a new dick on your arms.
Well, he's English, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all free. It's free healthcare.
But I would also assume that under a free healthcare system that would be quote unquote like a vanity surgery, because you could just give him a catheter and tell him like, hey, it sucks to be you, but here's
I don't
your
know.
piss hole.
And you can still get shit done in systems like that. It just takes longer. Like you get bumped down. Yeah, exactly. You get bumped down the list because like people have blown their penises off and they could die. You, on the other hand, have a perfectly fine alternate penis. We just got to get it back onto you. Just hold on, sit tight. We'll get there.
He's hoping Kate Beckinsale blows his penis off.
Yeah, you got a backup. You got a backup penis that needs installing. We'll get to it. We just got some other things ahead of you. It's fine.
We'll let you grow this on your arm and let it chill for 6 years, and then we'll get it on your penis. What did I say? Private penis. Penis parts. I will say though that it's free healthy. Like you may get the arbitration to where, what did you say? This is like cosmetic myrrh or vanity.
Yeah. Vanity,
you
cosmetic.
You could have a long line of people with an arbitration board. Be like, all right, what would you like? A breast implants. Why? Oh, my boobs are too small. Nope, sorry, you had to pay for that. Next. All right, sir, tell us your story. And all day it's just like, no. Like, yeah, my dick fell off.
What?
I beg your pardon? Yep, was making frankenbeans and the fucker just fell through my trousers.
I love that. That's the reason that we've all decided on.
He was making fucking pork and beans, man. That's it. There's no
fucking frankenbeans.
And
he's British. That's what they eat.
And I think maybe they were like, yeah, absolutely. This falls under the Affordable Health Care Act. We're going to get you a skin graft. You're going to grow it on your forearm, and you may not get the surgery right away, but hang tight, puppy. We're coming. You get it done soon enough.
You just sit tight. Like, just hang on while we deal with all of these other very important other penis-related issues, and then we'll get to you. We'll get there.
Yeah.
But
I do wonder if the forearm was like a test, like how bad you want this. Pretty bad.
I feel like that's probably
We're gonna put it on.
Go ahead.
Couldn't they grow it on? You're like, couldn't you do it on my calf or my thigh, like where I wear pants? And
Make it
stuff?
a
Like,
tail.
It's not vascular enough. It's got to be veiny. Yeah.
Right. The
arm, not the penis. Fucking nasty.
All the urologists like, no, God, your leg, it's your arm, bucko.
Fucking idiot.
Fucker goes right here.
Yeah. Boom. See that fresh blood supply? Good to go.
And eat your spinach, because that's where Popeye got a lot of blood going. By the way, at 48 years young, I would like to point out that Kate Beckinsale,
she's a straight dime.
could still get it.
Yeah, I think she could, Wes.
Yeah, no wonder. Good for you, Mr. McDonald.
Yeah, he was like, shooting that shot.
Yeah, and it's odd because she's one of these ladies that she looks better now than she did when she was younger.
Yeah,
which is strange. And by the way, she dated Pete Davidson for a heartbeat before. Yeah, like right. Yeah.
That guy's
slinging
fucking dope fiend dick.
Yeah, I think
all over the place. It's insanity to me.
He's got penises all over.
Yeah, good for him.
You don't see him in short sleeves. He just fucking blast through everything.
I just I really respect that the fucking your girlfriend should carry around these guys look like their girlfriend should carry around some Narcan. Like, I think that whole vibe is just so interesting to me. Yeah, it's real weird.
All of it's weird. I don't know. None of this is actually particularly normal.
Well, look, humanity's fucking got like 5 or 10 years left, so we're fine. It's fine. Just ride this one out.
All right. Well, hey, look. If you say five, you said what? 5, maybe 10.
5, maybe 10.
Okay.
Depend. Are we gonna nuke ourselves? Probably.
Tom Brady got a 10-year deal with Fox Sports worth $375 million.
Oh yeah, that's right.
God,
Right,
man.
Exactly. That's it,
Dude.
That's the bit.
I mean, bottom line is, and that's on pause until he actually retires.
Yeah, right.
So he could play 1 or 2 more seasons and then be like, all right. Or he could be like, I got $375 million coming to me, and the Buccaneers are going to pay me another 20 next year. So I'm going to play again. And then when I'm done, I'll go, yeah, dude, imagine that being in the bank, just ready to go.
You know, they're likely going to team him up with Joe Buck, who, for better or worse, a lot of people hate. I can't figure out the hate with Joe Buck.
Terrible.
Is he terrible?
Yes.
Is he terrible at football, baseball, or all of it?
He's terrible at football. He's okay at baseball. I think that's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like
I agree with that.
I did. Yeah, I just hate his face and his voice. And it's like Chris Collinsworth. You know what I mean? Just don't like it. Don't like anything that comes out of the fucking head region of that creature.
I'm insulted for Joe Buck that you compared him to Chris Collinsworth because nobody's that.
Well, that's
horrendous.
fair. Okay, yeah, I'll concede that. It's not necessarily the level, but just I don't like him either. Is what I'm saying.
I don't like the voice. I just think the voice has been developed over time from a bygone era. I think that's the main problem I have with Joe Buck. He's really got that. He's got that classic announce.
His dad was an announcer.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Jack,
It's just that. Like,
you're in that household for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's why everybody agrees for the most part that Tony Romo might be the best out there because he's just talking. He's just talking football, and he's just but it's relatable.
Yeah.
And Joe Buck is more of like the analytic guy, and it's bullshit. You just know it's bullshit. He's putting on an act, so it's artificial. That's what I don't like about it. However, I know how much research, time, and effort it takes to put together a show, because that's what they're doing. They're doing a show. To have all those stats in front of you, to be able to effortlessly reference them and do it on the fly on live television. I respect him for that. It's just not my, I agree with Alan. It's not my cup of tea, but I don't think he's the worst.
But
It's just Chris Collins.
It's to a lot of people. My point was, to a lot of people, Tom Brady is going to be hated number one fucking announcer X when he just does decide to retire and then gets into the booth. And lo and behold, Fox is going to roll him as play, not play by play, but color next to Joe Buck. It's going to do play by play, and it's going to be like, these two, damn.
Like, it's fucking. I don't know. Have you ever listened to Tom Brady speak? Does anything about him fucking scream color? Like,
here's the thing, though. What I will say,
I think it's gonna be boring. Go ahead.
I think once he left the Patriots, just looking at his Twitter account, like he's much looser. Like he was like, it was almost like he was protecting the Patriot name, like that they had some sort of clause, like the Yankees, like you can only have a mustache and you can have no facial hair after that. But like once he left New England, it was like, oh, this Tom Brady character, he throws some zingers out there. Maybe he's got a little more personality than we think. And he obviously knows football. So his first 2 years out off the field, he's just going to be calling plays like Romo was when he first got in the booth. Like, they're going to be doing they're running nickel. Okay. So here's what he's going to do. It's going to be a screen across the middle. He's just going to call it because he knows he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but it's going to be believable, unlike Romo. Like, when you first heard Romo doing it, you were like, well, I love him. But like, when you first heard Romo doing it, you were like, but you sucked. How do you know this? Why did you know this and you still sucked? Like, when Brady does it, I'll be like, well, greatest of all time, I guess. So makes sense.
I think Romo always knew it. He just wasn't capable of performing it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because you can't do color commentate.
Didn't Jim like one of the first games? Jim Nance asked him that. He's like, "How do you know that?" He's like, 10 years of playing pro football. That's how."
Jim Nance was like, "Yeah, but you suck." Like that was everybody's question. They were like, "Yeah, well, you were bad, guy." We're just curious as
he was a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback.
Easy.
And
good.
And you know, like
good.
The thing of it is that they're getting it's not
serviceable.
I'm trying to roll out of this Romo debate.
I know
because I thought, hold on, you folks might hear me typing, is that like Amazon is trying to get into covering games, and they have made some pretty robust offers to the likes of Al Michaels, who does play-by-play along with Chris Collinsworth, guy you hate. So I mean, there's going to be no shortage of these types of jobs. If you have so many outlets covering these games. Now Fox has a exclusive right to the NFC. CBS has an exclusive right to CBS, and they have a mutual agreement. NBC does Sunday Night Football. ESPN does Monday Night Football, and then what the NFL Network holds Thursday night. But dude, there's going to be more of these. You're going to get more Tom Brady's. You're going to get retired guys. Even more boring. You might get Gronk in one of these. You know, you might get Gronk joining the Mannings on one of those shows.
That's the Spike TV fucking cover. It's the Gronkowski led.
It's like Sal Masekela and Gronk. Fucking
Sal Masekela and Rob Gronkowski. Really fucking dope.
And Rob Dyrdek holding it down. All right, well, congratulations to you, you piece of man. Good for you. All right, Alan, tell the kiddos and the kidettes where you can find what did you say, Murr, on the ride? The Joeys and the Gillettes. I was going to tell you,
Jimmy's and the Jillies.
Jimmy's and the Jillies, because
Joey's and the Jillies.
If you can find me a female named Jilly, I'll give you $100.
I knew a Jill. I don't think we call it.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah, it's just all it is. It's a Jill. Yeah.
Is it with a Y or is it with an IE?
Nah, man, IE's a whore.
I'm talking about government name. Fair. Government name. I'll give you $100. Alan, tell the Jimmies and the Jillies where you can find us.
Well, you can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. That's at MDL Classholes on Instagram and Twitter. We're the Middle Classholes on Facebook and TikTok. And you can catch us for your listening pleasures on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, of course. And please don't forget to email us. Send us junk. Send us viruses, actually. We don't care. Send us Nigerian scam. Forward us stuff. Whatever.
Okay.
It's perfectly fine. Merb is the one who handles it, so it's technically on him. So he better let's test his phishing skills, his phishing identification skills. Anyway, that's at tickleourtummies@gmail.com. That's right, tickleourtummies@gmail.com. Mer, anything? Terms of service?
No. Nothing. No terms of service.
We should sign up for I'm going to start signing us up for newsletters just to get some, just to get some play.
Something.
Just start throwing it on fucking registration forms at events.
Yeah. Would you like to buy? Do you like a new home mortgage?
Do you want a squishy ball from fucking Westbound Co? I'll sign us up.
Would you like a recipe?
Would you like a timeshare at Gettysburg?
You bet. Well, folks, always as a pleasure. Take her easy. Always as a pleasure.
Always as a pleasure.
My English ain't so good.
Please note the cans in the corner of the screen here. Usually hides them, but not tonight.
Words is hard.
Fuck y'all. Good night.
Just ask Miss Smith, give me a big old glass of beer. 'Cause I get drunk most every day.
I may need a hand when I'm just too drunk to stand. I don't need your sympathy, keep your judgment too. 'Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull, ready to satisfy my woman whole night through. I get drunk most every day. Everyone knows Scooter is a gay. Might be honest, fuck.